A very good evening and a warm welcome to all our viewers. It's just about 2 weeks to go before the world witnesses the rebirth of Lord Ram at his Janmabhoomi here in Ayodhya. We at times now, of course, are bringing you the widest and the most exclusive coverage of all with the widest range of reporters on ground. Now, we should remember here that the temple town of Ayodhya, of course, is being decked up with flowers, lights and sculptures to give you a divine look ahead of the 22nd mega event. Now, more importantly, of course, there is a festive frenzy all around. There are satsangs, there are people, of course, chanting Jai Shri Ram. There's so much happening here. And more importantly, of course, it's a race now for the entire city to be developed ahead of the big event on the 22nd, where the Prime Minister himself will be there. Now, more importantly, of course, now the Ram Mandir trustees, of course, have sent invites to about 8 to 10,000 people who will be attending, and these are VVIPs and all dignitaries from different parts of the country and some from other parts of the world as well. Now, there are Ramayan Paths all over Ayodhya before the Pran Pratishtha Samaro that's, of course, going to take place on the 22nd. Now, more importantly, multiple programs of Ram Katha, there's the Ramleela and also the Satsang that are going on in Ayodhya. Now, 52 women from Uttarakhand have travelled to Ayodhya to play Ramleela. This is to, of course, mark the celebrations. My colleague Shivani brings us this report. Take a look.
Ayodhya is all set to welcome Lord Ram for the Pran Pratishtha Utsav on 22nd of January, and we see numerous celebrations, numerous Ramleelas, Satsangs, Ram Katha Ayojans all over Ayodhya. And today we are bringing you one such Ramleela group that is from Uttarakhand. And these characters you see out here are all female characters. This is a group from Uttarakhand who has come to Ayodhya specially to celebrate and perform Ramleela during the consecration ceremony, the Pran Pratishtha Utsav. We have with us Bhagwan Ram and Shatrughan. ये बताएगा कि आप इस रामलीला में महिला होकर ये कैरेक्टर निभा रहे हैं, कौन सा कैरेक्टर है?
शत्रुघ्न का ये
शत्रुघ्न का है। और क्या विशेष है इस रामलीला में? अगर हम बात करें, सब उत्तराखंड की बहनें महिलाएं हैं यहाँ पर।
ये योग से जोड़ने के लिए है और महिला सशक्तिकरण का है और अपनी संस्कृति और सभ्यता को बनाए रखने के लिए, आगे बढ़ाने के लिए, क्योंकि आज कोई बच्चे हमारे वो मानने को तैयार नहीं है, तो हम इसीलिए इसमें जुड़े हैं कि हम अपनी संस्कृति को आगे ले जाएं, जो हमारे पूर्वजों की थी हम उसको आगे ले जाएं, जो जिसका कि मतलब कमी हो रही है, जो घट रही है ये।
और आप यहाँ पर कौन सा पात्र बने हैं?
सुमंत।
कितने घंटे प्रैक्टिस करते हैं आप लोग? इस संगठन से जुड़े हुए हैं, बहुत दूर से ट्रैवल करके यहाँ पर आए हुए हैं, कितनी महिलाओं का समूह है ये?
हम 52 महिलाओं का समूह है। हम उत्तराखंड राज्य से आए हुए हैं और एक विशेष बात हमारी ये है कि उत्तराखंड राज्य के जो पर्वतीय जिले हैं, पर्वतीय जिलों की ही बहनें हमारी हैं, संपूर्ण उत्तराखंड राज्य की। अकेले एक जगह से नहीं है ये लोग, अलग अलग जो हमारे उत्तराखंड में जिले हैं उन जिलों से ये बहनें हैं। और हमारा मुख्य उद्देश्य है योग और प्राणायाम को आगे बढ़ाना, जन जन तक पहुँचाना और हमारे सनातन को बचाना तो नहीं कहेंगे हम, लेकिन सनातन को आगे बढ़ाना। और इसमें जो हमारी बहनें हैं 35 साल से लेके 80 साल तक की बहनें यहाँ पर किरदार निभाएंगी।
80 साल की बहनें भी हैं?
80 साल की बहनें भी हैं।
कौन सा कैरेक्टर बनी 80 साल की?
जब जो कैरेक्टर नहीं क्या होता है ना, बड़ा उत्साहित रहते हैं। जैसे कल नेपाली राजा भी बने थे, कल सीता स्वयंवर था हमारे यहाँ पर, तो राजा बन के हमारी जो है एक बहन थी, वो 80 साल की बहन आई थी और बहुत अच्छा किरदार उन्होंने वहाँ पर निभाया।
आप जो है किस कैरेक्टर को निभा रहे हैं, कौन से पात्र को निभा रहे हैं?
नमस्कार, मैं वीरा फरसवान, मैं लक्ष्मण का रोल कर रही हूँ।
आप लक्ष्मण बनिए। अब तो भगवान राम को प्राण प्रतिष्ठा हो जाएगी और उनको मंदिर में स्थान प्राप्त होगा, इस बारे में आपको कैसा लग रहा है?
ये तो हम सभी सनातनियों का बहुत गर्व का विषय है और हमें बहुत उसी खुशी के उत्सव उस अवसर पे जो है हमारी भी यहाँ रामलीला हो रही है, तो ये हम अपने आप को परम सौभाग्यशाली मान रहे हैं कि ये हमारा परम सौभाग्य है। इसी समय जो है हमारी 14वीं रामलीला अर्थात 14वां वनवास जो है अयोध्या नगरी में होने जा रहा है, ये हम बहुत खुशी का आभास कर रहे हैं।
कितने दिनों तक आप प्रैक्टिस करते हैं, कितना निभा?
हमारी प्रैक्टिस, हमको टाइम ही कहाँ है प्रैक्टिस करने का।
लगातार आपकी रामलीला चलती है?
जी, हम घास काटते काटते गोबर फेंकते ही प्रैक्टिस करते हैं ऑडियो के द्वारा।
तो आप 14 सालों से ये कर रहे हैं, आपका ये कहना है?
जी, हमें 9 साल पूरे हो गए हैं जी। 15-16 से जो है हमने ये वो किया था।
This is indeed an
Well, definitely
overwhelming
that was a
feeling.
very interesting, a piece of report from my colleague Shivani. Shivani, the mood seems very vibrant. You're among a lot of people there as well, I believe. Speak to a few people, ask them what the mood is like, because we've been seeing, even before the launch of the temple, of course, there are thousands of people who are turning up here. And they know that the temple's not ready. They just want to come here, get the feel of the preparations in itself. Talk to a few people so that we get a sense of how things are going, according to their perspective at least.
Deepak, this is quite overwhelming to be in Ayodhya. I'll try and approach a few people as I am right now at Ram Ki Paidi, which happens to be a place, a beautiful place where we see old temples, ancient structures in the background and ghats. And we also have people with us. These people have come here to Ayodhya to witness the consecration ceremony. आप लोगों से जानना चाहेंगे, अयोध्या में इस वक्त पूरी तरह से राम दिखाई दे रहे हैं, रामायण दिखाई दे रही है, कैसा लगता है आपको?
बहुत अच्छा, राममय हो गया, जिसकी कल्पना नहीं थी हम लोगों को वो आज दिख रहा है। और ऐसी अयोध्या की किसी ने कल्पना नहीं की थी जो आज अयोध्या दिख रही है।
बिल्कुल, आपको क्या लग रहा है? आप नजदीक आइए, थोड़ा बात बताइए, हमें कैसा लग रहा है? मुस्कान आपकी बता रही है कि राममय हो गई है अयोध्या।
बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है जी। हाँ।
So Deepak, actually wherever we are going, we are seeing celebrations, we are seeing joy, pride, and this reclamation of Bhagwan Ram's temple. His homecoming is being celebrated, and there are numerous preparations going on, and we've been seeing so much of color, so much of joy, so much of beautification, decorations going on. And now we'll show you how the Ram Mandir will be decorated with a 40-feet brass flag for the consecration ceremony. Our colleague Aishwarya has brought this report for us. Just have a look.
Well, on January 22nd, Ram Mandir consecration ceremony is scheduled, and the final work of the temple is being done. And for the Ram Janambhoomi temple, this particular truck has come from Gujarat, Ahmedabad, Gota, and come all the way to Ayodhya, which has the Dhwaj Dand, which is the flag that will be installed at the top of Shri Ram Janambhoomi. Let me show you these exclusive visuals of this flag, which have come all the way from Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and will be installed at the top of Shri Ram Janambhoomi temple. As you can see in these exclusive visuals, the flag, which is of several meters, it will be installed at the top, and it has been categorically written that this has been made of petal, which is a metal. राम मंदिर अयोध्या के लिए आप सबकी आशा, परिश्रम, योगदान, आशीर्वाद से श्री राम मंदिर के लिए भव्य शास्त्रोक्त तरीके से पीतल का ध्वजदंड बनाने वाले अंबिका इंजीनियर्स, अहमदाबाद, गुजरात. And from there this particular truck had come, which has this particular flag, which will be installed at the top of Shri Ram Janambhoomi temple. Over here, as you can see, this is the truck which has come from Gujarat. As far as the flag is concerned, that will be installed at the top.
Well, as promised to our viewers, we have the biggest, coverage and the biggest number of reporters on the ground. And my colleague Aishwarya now joins us. He just, of course, brought us that exclusive report. Aishwarya, I believe you're at Hanuman Gari, a very important location, of course, for the people who up until now haven't been able to go to the temple. Many of them are visiting the Hanuman Gari, and we all know the significance of Hanuman as far as Ramayana is concerned, and how beloved he is to Lord Ram himself. Now, take us through, what the people there are saying. Speak to a few of them, and more importantly, it seems like, the celebrations there have already begun, because we see a huge influx of people on a regular basis to the Hanuman Gadi.
Well, certainly it is believed that whosoever comes to Ayodhya, they first worship Lord Hanuman at Hanuman Gadi temple, and then they proceed for the Ram Janambhoomi temple, as Lord Hanuman still is considered as the Raja, as the king of Ayodhya after Hanuman gave over the Gaddi to him. But certainly this is a very important location, and as we are getting to understand from the Ram Janambhoomi Ayodhya Teacher Trust, that over a lakh of people will descend towards Ayodhya after January 22nd, and the arrangements are made so far. And just behind me is the location where this path comes directly towards the Ram Janambhoomi, and the kind of structures that you can see in and around are being decorated in a form that they are in a same color, in a same pattern, and it looks like the Ram Nagri that we all prescribe to. On the right is this particular path that goes directly to the Ram Janam Bhoomi, and from there thousands of people are approaching. We'll go across and talk to a few of the people around here who had come from different places. आप लोग कहाँ से आए हैं? अयोध्या इस बार हर्ष का विषय है, राम जन्म भूमि का नया मंदिर बनने वाला है. कितनी प्रसन्नता हो रही है आपको?
बहुत ज्यादा प्रसन्नता हो रही है. हम तो अयोध्या के ही हैं. श्री राम प्रभु अयोध्या में आ रहे हैं 500 वर्षों की इसके संघर्ष के बाद. बहुत खुशी है हम सारे अयोध्या वासियों को, पूरे देशवासियों को.
जिस तरीके से आप लोग अयोध्या से ही हैं, तो आपने तो इतिहास देखा है. कितना बदलाव आपको अब अयोध्या में दिख रहा है? विकसित अयोध्या की हम लगातार बात कर रहे हैं. एयरपोर्ट आ चुका है, रेलवे स्टेशन बन चुका है, और अब इस तरीके के सुंदर कलाकृतियां भी हमें देखने को मिल रही है.
काफी बदलाव आ चुका है. काफी मतलब बहुत ही भव्य अयोध्या दिख रही है और बहुत ही अच्छा दिख रहा था. मतलब
कल्पना की गई थी इस तरीके की अयोध्या की आपने कभी?
नहीं, इस तरह की कल्पना नहीं की थी हमने.
So this is the main gate that leads towards Hanumangadi temple, and there you can see still thousands of devotees heading towards the Hanumangadi temple, as the people over here, the devotees over here are very much happy of the way, and this particular year of course is precious to them, that certainly this January 22nd Ram Mandir will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and the way the Ayodhya has developed is certainly fortunate for them as well.
And of course, like you were mentioning there, the people who are coming, of course, they've been praying to Lord Hanuman, and they are hoping that very soon they catch a glimpse of Ramleela as well at the Janmabhoomi itself. Now, more importantly, we should understand, of course, the rituals are a big part of the Pran Pratishtha program. We've been bringing you multiple exclusive reports about various rituals that will be taking place on the 22nd. Now, one of the most important of them is the ritual that involves the puja to the Kul Devi of Lord Ram, Ma Kali. That's right, and this was, of course, the same temple that Ram's mother took him to during his birth. And my colleague Shivani, of course, brings you this exclusive ground report where the rituals will be taking place. This is, of course, before the Pran Pratishtha program at Ram Janmabhoomi. This is where, you know, the acharyas and several other, pujaris who will be there will be performing the rituals. Here's a look at that particular exclusive report.
Lakhs of devotees are reaching Ayodhya before the consecration ceremony, where devotees of Lord Ram will be worshipping him, welcoming him in the new temple, and the Pran Pratishtha Samaroh will go on. But today, Times Now has brought you to a temple where the deity Badi Dev Kali was the Kul Devi of Bhagwan Ram, and this is the temple of Ma Badi Dev Kali, and this ancient temple is the one where Bhagwan Ram was brought right after he was born in Ayodhya, and this is an ancient temple where the Pran Pratishtha Samaroh's Pujan will begin. Yes, on 22nd of January, when the consecration ceremony rituals will begin, they will start from this temple. This is the Badi Dev Kali temple in Ayodhya, which happens to be the temple of Kul Devi of Bhagwan Ram. And here we see Ma Kali, Ma Lakshmi and Ma Saraswati, all three deities on a single rock. So this is the temple of Kul Devi of Bhagwan Ram. You can see what's written out here, Maryada Purushottam Bhagwan Shri Ram ki Kul Devi Ma Badi Dev Kali ka Mandir. So this is the temple where on 22nd of January the rituals will begin, and ahead of that preparations are going on in this temple, Badi Dev Kali temple, where devotees have already started arriving. And we'll talk to the priest who's going to tell us what is the ancient history, what is the arrangement and the preparations that are going on for the Pran Pratishtha Utsav here. So this is the rock where you can see all the three deities are present on a single rock. So this is the ancient temple where Lord Ram was brought right after his birth, and he used to come here for the Kul Devi Puja. And we have priest सुनील पाठक जी. सर, ये बताइएगा कि आप लोग क्या तैयारी कर रहे हैं और इस मंदिर का सबसे पहले बताइएगा क्या महत्व है.
भगवान राम श्री सीताराम जी महाराज की कुल देवी है महारानी. राजा रघु थे, भगवान राम के पूर्वज थे वो। उनको कहीं युद्ध पे जाना था और बहुत चिंतित थे। महारानी इनको स्वप्न दिखाया, यहाँ करके महासचर्य कीजिए, कल्पवास कीजिए, युद्ध आप विजय श्री मिलेगी। और राजा रघु यहाँ पे आकर के कल्पवास की और महासचर्य की और विजय श्री युद्ध में उनको प्राप्त हुआ। उन्होंने ही स्थापना महारानी करवाई थी। ये कहा गया देवी भागवत में 7वें स्कंद 11वें अध्याय में वर्णन है। त्रिगुणा श्री महाकाली, महालक्ष्मी, महासरस्वती विराजमान है। और भगवान राम का जब जन्म हुआ था, महारानी कौशल्या उनको दर्शन कराने के लिए यहाँ पे लाई थी। और ऊपर भगवान राम के साथ कौशल्या जी हैं, बालक रूप भगवान हैं और सरजू महारानी है। सबका मंदिर ऊपर है, सब साथ है।
So the Utsav has already begun in Ayodhya, and we'll show you how the Ram ki Paidi looks like, with lots of devotees already coming here to celebrate the consecration ceremony. Even though there are 15 days left, 2 weeks left, the preparation going on. The spirit is of enthusiasm. They are joyful, they are full of pride, and they were all waiting for this moment, it seems. And that's why people are here from across the country. We'll try and talk to them. Sir, ये बताइएगा कहाँ से आए हैं और कैसा लग रहा है अब अयोध्या में आपके आके? कैसा लग रहा है?
हम गुजरात के बड़ौदा से आए हैं।
अच्छा।
और यहाँ का जो एटमॉस्फेयर है, यहाँ का जो माहौल है धार्मिक, यहाँ सब जगह काम चल रहा है। और वो भी जो पूरे होने की 22 तारीख पर जो है वो बड़ा अच्छा, और रौनक जो अयोध्या की
बदल गई है। और राम आएंगे is what is there on everybody's lips before the consecration ceremony. We'll keep getting you more pictures, more joy from Ayodhya. It's time for a short break. Stay tuned. As Ayodhya is glistening, sparkling, glittering and shining, we are getting you reports from all over Ayodhya. And as 8,000 to 10,000 people will be walking towards the temple, there are walls that have been decorated by the paintings from the scripture of Ramayana. There are 82 artworks that have been painted on these walls. Look at this exclusive report that has been brought in by our colleague Deepak.
For thousands of people who will be making their way to Ayodhya after the 22nd to get a darshan of Lord Sri Ram, they will be greeted by several of these paintings. And these paintings are, of course, made of terracotta, and they're on a cement brick wall. And each of them depict a story from the epic Ramayana. And there are several of this. I'm told about 79 of this spread across this entire stretch. This is the entry gate, of course, to Ayodhya, and you can see the Surya Sthambs there. And on both sides of the road, these sort of paintings will be put up. And also, what's important to note here is that this particular painting is not just one side. Now, this is one of the pictures that depict Rama, of course, entering back his kingdom after the wedding, and there's also another painting at the back as well. Now, here you can see, of course, right now it's muddy, but it will all be ready by the 22nd is what the administration locally tells us. Another story being depicted at the back. I have Mr. Amarnath here, who's a localite from Ayodhya. Let's try and speak to him to understand exactly what these paintings are about. Amarnath ji, आप बता सकते हैं कि ये जो पेंटिंग हम देख रहे हैं, ये क्या कथा बता रही है?
ये पेंटिंग जो है, जब भगवान राम जो है राजा दशरथ जी के, राजा जनक जी के यहाँ जो शादी से सब वापस आ रहे हैं, जो पुरी की चारों पुत्र वधू अयोध्या में प्रवेश कर रहे हैं, अयोध्यावासी उनका स्वागत कर रहे हैं, उस रामायण कालीन का ये चित्र है। ये
और कितने सारे लग रहे हैं ऐसे यहाँ पर?
इसमें कई लग रहे हैं, जितने उसमें जो है कुत्ते शेख का लग रहा है, और जो तमाम जो और है, हर यहाँ से जो है हाईवे से लेकर के नए घाट तक रामायण कालीन की जितनी हैं सब चित्रों का आलंकन हो रहा है। इसमें रंग रोगन भी हो रहा है। और आपके सामने एक तो है ही है, आप देख ही रहे हैं, आगे भी आप देखेंगे।
Well, in fact, I'm standing behind, right in front of that beautiful painting that's behind me, and we should understand that, like the individual there was mentioning, it's going to be really interesting for the people, of course, who take a walk. It's about a kilometer from here to the Ram Janmabhoomi, and all of them, of course, get to relive the Ramayana epic as they walk. We're going to be slipping into a quick break. More reports coming in from Ayodhya after this. Don't go anywhere.
Jai Shri Ram.